Hello, Murray Capill here from the Victoria Committee of the Gospel Coalition Australia. I do hope you've been going well in these challenging and different days that we've been through. Seems such a pity that we couldn't meet together at the two events we had planned for the first part of this year. It would have been so good to hear Don Carson and Ed Stetzer. But you know, the cancelling of those events and lots of other plans being turned upside down in recent months has freshly reminded me of two words that I think we need to use. The words, Lord willing. You remember how James writes to the businessmen of his day, and he says, now listen, you who say, we'll go to this city, that city, we'll make money, we'll run this event, we'll host this conference, we'll contact these people. He says, no, instead you ought to say, if the Lord wills, we'll do this or that. In the churches in which I first ministered, it was very common at the end of sentences to see the two letters DV from the Latin words Deo Volente. After a plan, after a meeting date, after any proposal, DV, God willing. I think those two words are really important for two reasons. One is they're a statement of humility. They really acknowledge that we actually don't know that much. We make our plans, we think they're best, we hope they'll come off, but we don't know. We can't see far into the future, we don't know if they'll work, we don't actually know if they're best. And so when we say Lord willing, we're acknowledging that we're not omnipotent and we're not omniscient. We acknowledge our dependence on the Lord. And so secondly, they're a statement of faith. They acknowledge that we believe the Lord is sovereign. He does know all things. He is all-powerful. And we submit our plans to Him. And thankfully, in His grace, He knocks some of our plans over. And He knows what is coming. And because He loves us in Jesus Christ, He always does for us what is best. And so perhaps coming out of this season, I can use those two words more consciously, and maybe you can as well. Not as a cliche, but as a real statement of humility and a statement of faith as we make our ministry plans. Well, churches will be meeting together in person before too long, Lord willing. Events and conferences and ministry stuff will be happening again, Lord willing. And we hope at the Gospel Coalition to have an event later this year. And I really hope to see you there, Lord willing.